Alright, so I did do a couple top 5s talking about, the most overpowered and basically just the best exotics and shit about the game. But you know what, today, let's just fucking shit on weapons. Actually, we're going to be looking at armor pieces. But anyway, before we begin, let's go again for another 200 to 300 likes on this video. Thank you guys again for the amount of support. You guys are the fucking best. And yeah, you guys show a crazy ton of support. And just another reminder, the giveaway is down in the description for the Rise of Iron pre-order. I did tell you guys, I'll be reminding you here and there. But anyway, let's see this shit. Before, actually, you know what, just before we begin, some of these videos where people talk about, the worst exotics and stuff, these videos just get completely shit on by dislikes. I just want to say, these are what I think are the worst exotics. So you guys can tell me what you think are the worst. These are just what I fucking think. Alright, what the fuck? Okay, so for the first one, did you guys ever want extra armor on your Warlock when you have your super? Oh, well, when you're about to throw your Nova Bomb, where you can just put it on in your subclass, but there's already an exotic that fucking does that, and it's like the most useless shit ever. Which there already is, actually. And there's an exotic that does the exact same thing. The Skull of Diarm Kara. This was... it's in year 2, but you don't really see it being used in year 2 as much as it was back in year 1, where people just put on basically anything, because no one really cared about anything. But this perk basically just gives you more armor when you're throwing your Nova Bomb. And you can just pretty much do that in your subclass anyway, so why? Yeah, probably one of the worst Warlock exotics where you can just have something like the Obsidian Mind or something useful where it actually does something to your character. Or gives you something back anyway, because the Obsidian Mind gives you some of your super back, which is pretty decent. Next up, we have a Hunter exotic. This is called the ATS-8 Arachnid, I think. It's like the spider helmet, which, again, not really a lot of people use this in year 2, but it was kind of used back in year 1, but it was really fucking rare for people to use this thing because of its shitty perk. Alright, so for the golden gun, you guys are pretty accurate. You really rarely miss with the golden gun. It's a one-shot weapon, hand cannon. I mean, it's easy to use. What this fucking exotic does is it gives you better accuracy with the golden gun. It just zooms in a bit more. What kind of fucking exotic is that? Why do you want to do that? People actually barely even aim in with the golden gun. I see a lot of people just hip fire it just because it's so easy to use. I think the bullet is way wider, so you can hit enemies a lot easier with the golden gun, because obviously the super is just really easy to use, and making it have a bit more accuracy while aiming, and basically just zooms in a bit more. It's shit. Just get the fuck out. Next up, we have another Warlock chest piece. This is called the Alchemist Remnants. And year 2 exotics. Now, I've already said in the past, like, year 2 exotics are really shitty. This is just another example of one of them. So what this actually does, it gives you a chance, okay? A chance. It's not guaranteed, a fucking chance to gain Glimmer on primary ammo pickup. Are you fucking kidding me? When you kill enemies nowadays, or why did I say nowadays? But basically, when you kill enemies, they sometimes drop these triangle things where you basically just turn them in the tower, and it gives you like 200 glimmer for each one. And they're actually just really not that rare to drop. They drop quite frequently, and while you're killing enemies, you get glimmer anyway. So why do you want to have, again, a chance? You're not guaranteed a fucking chance to get glimmer. You know what? Any Warlock that puts this chest piece on, you can put that fucking thing up your ass and walk out. Just get... Oh, let's get to the next one before I fucking start screaming. Now we have an exotic that was actually really hyped up. I was really excited when I first saw this thing, just because it was actually one of the most unique looking Titan helmets. And what this does, it actually gives you unstoppable while using your Fist of Havoc, which basically makes you a bit more harder to kill when you're using your Fist of Havoc, which is so fucking useless. I mean, how rarely or how frequently do you get killed when using your super? Especially with the Fist of Havoc. It's so hard to kill someone while using the Fist of Havoc because they just go straight fucking down. Unless, I think, if you have a golden gun, you can kill a Titan in the Fist of Havoc really easy. Other than that, it's so difficult to kill a Titan. Alright, so for the last one, these aren't in order, by the way. They're just completely random from 1 to 5. So the last one we have is the Starfire Protocol. What this does, it gives you 2 fusion grenades. Okay, now go into your Warlock class in your Sunsinger, and look what you have there. You have a fucking perk that gives you 2 fucking fusion. I don't know, man. Like, especially right now when like fusion grenades are the main thing that Sunsingers basically use, because Firebolts got nerfed. The reason why people don't like this, or like to wear this back in year 1, where people like to use firebolts, and a Viking funeral used to burn enemies, and that is the reason why people like to use this instead of actually putting on the subclass perk where it takes away Viking funeral. Now it's just even worse because you don't even need these 2 fusion grenades from this flipping thing, because Viking funeral isn't really needed for fusion grenades because they stick onto enemies. And that is pretty much it. Those are my top 5 worst exotics for Destiny right now. So again, these are my top 5s. Let me know in the comments what you guys actually think about these, or if you have any of them that you guys really hate that I mentioned or just really love, let me know down in the comments you guys actually like, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.